All right, welcome back to the Roast It Yourself podcast brought to you by Coffee Bean Corral and Current Crop Roasting Shop. I'm Stephen Burnett with Coffee Bean Corral in Jackson, Mississippi, and with me as always is Catherine Mansell, certified Q grader and director of Current Crop Roasting Shop in New Orleans, Louisiana. Catherine, what is going on today?
A lot. A lot is going on today. I am in between roasts for all of our holiday roast to order. And I've done something pretty fun. Are we getting it now, or are we going to talk about it later?
Oh, touch on it now, and then we can talk about it some more later.
I am creating our Roast It Yourself podcast Instagram account today.
Official Instagram account.
Yeah,
finally. That is awesome. What's the is it the at? What's the tag? What do people find it?
RIY underscore pod. RIY underscore pod.
On Instagram. Okay. And we'll definitely link to that in the show notes. So you could all go and do you subscribe? Do you friend it? Do you follow it?
You add it.
Just add it,
follow it, turn on notifications, send us a message, all of
Everything you can do on Instagram, do that. And so awesome. So we'll have that. We'll be putting out more content on that. We can talk about that more a little bit later, what we're expecting. But yeah, that is very exciting. We are getting with the times and what the youngins are doing now.
Right.
And we're keeping it fresh and lit. And
lit. I don't think that's cool anymore.
Okay. Oh, well, that's not par for the course for me. When we're not over here sounding like old people, we usually set aside 10 minutes every week to answer questions about coffee roasting and coffee in general from roasters and people that enjoy coffee. And this is really something we've been doing for a while. This is our 30th episode, actually, which is
30
crazy.
episodes.
I know at some point, like when do you stop celebrating, right? Like the little anniversaries. Like my wife
after 200.
Right. My wife will still point at the clock, and like when the clock shows her birthday, like the time is her birthday. She's like, it's my birthday time. And I'm like, is that a thing? That's not a thing. But anyway, it's our 30th episode. We're excited. We actually have a bonus episode too, so 31. But this is our 30th regular episode. So thank you guys for trucking with us this whole time. And kicking off our 30th episode is a listener, William L., who asks, if you are roasting a bean that has little to no audible first crack, what's the best way to determine when you're entering that developmental phase? Thanks, William. That's a fantastic question. That happens. That's happened to me. It happens. You listen and listen.
Yeah.
Especially on listen and listen. Oh my gosh. Yeah, decafs are like that. Of course, they're also off on color too. So, all right, Catherine, what are some tips you have for like how to know when you're in first crack, when you can't hear first crack?
I would really just think time and temperature. That's mostly what I'm thinking about, especially if I'm roasting a decaf coffee. That's the first thing that I thought of when you read the question is a decaf coffee, because very seldom will you actually hear the first crack and know where you are. So I try to time it with the regular guide that we use, and sort of mark what I think is happening based on the time of the roast and the temperature on the roast as well. What do you think?
No, that's super helpful. That one, to me, goes back to what we always say, keep records. Like this coffee, even if you're not hearing a crack, it's probably hitting first crack around the same time. Like if you're within a 30-second window, you always hit first crack on all these different coffees. You're probably in first crack just based on, like you say, time and temperature. What gets me is that you can have a coffee that doesn't crack at all. A lot of decafs are like that. Some other coffees just don't crack at all. In terms of you can't hear it. What bothers me is when you hear like a few cracks. And so you're waiting for first crack to start.
Yeah.
And because I heard one and then I heard another one, but I haven't heard my two or three right next to each other.
Right.
And so I don't like record the time. And then like I'm entering second crack. What the heck's going on? Yeah. So that one annoys me. What I tell people too is it's really important to, if you can't hear a coffee, or maybe you're hard of hearing anyway. Like sometimes people are just hard of hearing and they can't hear even coffees that have audible crack. So what you can do in addition to tracking your time and temperature is look at the coffee and see when it's developing these little fissures in the ends of it. Like when you see fully roasted coffee, it has a different look. It's larger, of course, it's darker, of course, but the crack itself, it's going to open up that bean, and you're gonna it's gonna look more like it's been, and it's not so closed up and tight anymore. That's what first crack is. So I mean, I've gotten real close to the machine, and I've watched for beans that look like they've gone through first crack.
Oh, that's wow.
One, because if you have a roaster where you can view it really well, sometimes it's hard in other roasters, but like the fresh roast, you can get real close to it and see through the glass. The Gene Cafe is the same way. If you can pull out, if you've got like the bullet or the Toledo, and you can pull a sample out while it's roasting, you can look. Do these look like they've gone through first crack? Are they open? Is the chaff kind of loosely hanging on, from the middle? Do you see the cracks around the edges that indicate first crack? Visual, you can see that right then record it real quick. Okay, maybe take 10 seconds off because I just found the sample, right? So that's one way. And the other way is, and this is mostly helpful with like your naturals and honeys that are more chaffy, but a lot of times right before first crack, coffees will start to release more chaff. And you'll see a little bit of a flurry, especially in an air roaster. You'll see a little cloud, a little more active chaff release. And then I'm not in first crack, but I'm right before first crack. So maybe if you don't hear anything, go ahead and record it at that point, because you're already right there. You're already in that zone, and that's a little sign to you that, hey, we're about to go into first crack, and even if you can't hear it. Now, I'd also say that just because you can't hear first crack doesn't mean that the chemical changes aren't happening in the coffee. It doesn't mean the coffee's bad. Some coffees crack really hard, and some coffees just don't. They're just different. But yeah, that's my tips on how to sell it. We would say time. Right. I'm recapping here. Watch the time, watch the temperature, watch the coffee bean itself. Like lean in close, and then watch for chaff. Those are the 4 like little signals you can have that, hey, we're either about to enter first crack or we're in it. And I can record that and start tracking my development phase. So yeah, there you go. Well, William, I hope that's helpful to you, man. This is
it's helpful to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know some of that stuff. I didn't know there was a puff of chaff or
just start releasing more. Watch for it. Now that you know, you'll watch for it. Oh, okay, we're about to get this back, and then it'll start popping. And that's been super a handy little trick, So which is why people listen to the Roast It Yourself podcast. That's why they're here. They're here for the handy little tidbits. Like if they want people in white coats that know all the science of things, that's not here. That's not here. No, but we know the little tips. We can help with that kind of stuff.
Right. Tips and tricks all day.
Yes. Yeah. So as promised, we did say we were going to come back and talk about the Instagram page. So like, I assume we're going to, we want interaction. We want people to show us your roasted coffee, show us your roasters, especially if you've like made your own. I talked to a guy today that uses the classic drum on the barbecue method, right?
Yeah, I've got to see those. I definitely want to see those.
Yeah. So tag us with those pictures because we want to see those things. But Catherine, like, what else do you expect, or what other things do you want to see from this this social media foray, or this new media thing that we're doing?
It's just brand new. I really want to have interactions with the people that are listening. I want to see what y'all are doing, what coffees that you're liking, how you're roasting it, issues that you've had, or if you're just throwing 5 stars all day on every roast. I want to see what everybody is doing. They always see us. Now I want to see what everybody else is doing. I love it. Maybe we'll have some fun announcements. Maybe we'll have, just some fun things coming. I'm not going to say anything else. Just fun things coming. Yeah.
Keep a lid on it. Now I'll tell you this, we actually do have kind of a fun announcement. Like right now, we talked about it, I believe, in the last episode. But we are going to have our New Year's live stream event. And if you bought a roaster, like anytime between November 15th through the end of the year, you get an invite automatically. Yeah. If you're a listener to this show, you can get it. You can, I think we've got a code. Let me see. What was that code that I had? Oh, just RIY pod is the code. So promo code I'll put that in the show notes, 50% off the ticket, and they're $50 a piece. If you really can't do that, it's going to help us with getting more stuff, so we don't have to use like hand-me-down microphones and stuff. But if you really want to jump on and you listen to the show, just let us know. We'll let you in. Okay. I know the bouncer, and it's me, and so we can work that out. But if you'd like to help, buying a ticket's a great way to do that. And that's going to be on the 3rd, and we'll send an email out here around the 1st of the year with like the link and all the stuff. We're just going to do what we do, answer questions, but it's going to be live, so you can ask follow-ups and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, man, I feel like this is a packed episode. This is like a 30th episode. We're going to cram all this information in here type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Catherine, anything else you want to bring up? I mean, anything else to cram into this episode?
Not as of now.
We covered it. We covered it all. Okay. Wow. So. This is an RIY Roast It Yourself podcast. First, we've covered everything. So
probably left something out.
Probably left something out though. No doubt. So, dear listeners, if you have a different perspective on anything that we said, if you have another tip, if you know another way of telling when first crack is happening, when you can't hear anything, please put that in the comments. Put that in the YouTube comments or under the podcast. Wherever you are listening to this, please let us know. We love more feedback like that, more tips. And if you're one of the white lab coat wearing people like that has those fancy tools and stuff, and you know more science things for us, tell us. We won't get all of it, but please tell us anyway.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it, which is always a lot. Even though we're long distance today, still a fun episode. Very cool. Yeah. And we're excited to watch the Roast It Yourself podcast continue to grow, take over the world, reach more people, introduce them to the joys of coffee roasting. We can't do that without you. So please share this episode and tag your friends in it if you can do that, and let them know about us. We could not do this without the folks that handle our audio and video and make us look and sound good. And so we thank you to our wonderful team here at Coffee Bean Corral and Current Crop Roasting Shop. And remember, I don't think I said this at the top of the show, but send any questions you have, I guess, either to our Instagram page or to the email address questions@riypod.com. Questions@riypod.com, and we'll respond to those in the form of one of these episodes. So you have a wonderful day and happy roasting.
Happy roasting. Thanks, y'all.
See you.